another thing you can do for people is when you find out who you are, you find out that you become more bolder. You speak like a king's son or a prince and princesses, right? So since you're one of them, you figure that you're one of them. You should lead like one of them, right? So, Father, we thank you. We bless you because you are faithful 39 days without you. We thank you for the grace. We thank you for your mercy that you release every day. We thank you because you make a way where there seems to be no way. We thank you because you are the qualifier of them that are not qualified. We thank you because you have called them, oh God, at this time and season for a new release in this nation through the idea that seemed impossible. We thank you because we know that what you have begun, you will be faithful to accomplish. Take all the glory, oh God, because in you we rely, because you are anchor. Trust every youth into your hands, and every family that is represented here, every state that is represented here. We give you praise and glory. We thank you for all the crew members and all the producers. We give you all the praise. In Jesus' Sit down. Before then, the last time you came, we were all custodians. But now, you can sit, man. No. Now we are founders and initiators of projects. I'll be letting them introduce your projects in 30 seconds. So, custodian projects in 30 seconds, please. Let's start from.
Hi, you're welcome. I must confess you look great.
Thank you.
I am Wilfred Solomon. I'll leave again. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Welcome, Ma. My name is Changing the Narratives of Fashion. That brings me to my project, which is called the Fashion Talent Discovery Hub, where I am going to discover, harness, and then empower young fashion talents among Nigerian girls to correct this mindset I just stated, and also to help them to be able to fend for themselves. Because after I'm going to be running an empowerment program, which I'm going to give them machines so that they can start sewing for themselves and they can be able to fend for themselves.
Amazing.
You're welcome, Ma.
Thank you. God bless you.
I'm the brain behind WIPRO, and WIPRO stands for Women Education and Empowerment Project. And the project is aimed at educating the women, enlightening them, and empowering them. Now, the aim of the project is to make sure at least an average woman in Nigeria learns one skill that will help her stand her ground no matter the circumstances. So it is geared towards creating decent job in sufficient quantities for the women across the states. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
Definitely, as well, I would say, scripturally looking very wonderful. I'm David Tibet, consultant number 24, and I'm the founder of a project called Operation Phone at the POS. So the platform, I think it's the first in Africa, if possible in the world, with this kind of dimension. The platform we're trying to measure the phone and the POS, join the profile of phone and POS together. And we're trying to use to empower people because we found out that it's also a platform for job opportunities. It's going to affect thousands and millions of people in Nigeria. So that is my project.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
God bless you.
It's good to see you again.
Good to see you, sir.
Yeah, Valsol Valentine, custodian 019. I'm a singer, a musician, and I'm an all-round entertainment person. So I birthed the project known as Naija Unlimited. Basically, it's a project that is seeking to discover and enhance musical talent at the grassroots level all over the country. So we're going to all of the 774 local governments in the country, and we are looking to discover young people that have musical gifts and empower them all around the 36 states of the Federation. That's all. That's just basically about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Ma.
God bless you, sir.
My name is Abigail, custodian 14, and I'm the founder of the project Helping Hands. I discovered that there are a lot of people who were able to finish school or couldn't finish school, but for some reason they don't have jobs and couldn't fend for themselves. And at some point, because of that, we've had a lot of high crime rates in Nigeria and unemployment rates. So my project is aimed at helping these people ensure they can have skills that will help them fend for themselves. The project is in 3 phases: the skill acquisition aspect, which is helping them with skills;
the empowerment and mentoring part, where we empower them to go into the society, and the mentoring aspect, where we can train them through, and the helping in the aspect, where whatever we make in each of the classes are taken back to the society for those who need it. Thank you.
Awesome.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you,
Good
beautiful.
to see you again.
Good to see you.
I'm Rose King, custodian 018, and I'm pioneering a project titled Project STEP. STEP means Skills Training and Empowerment Program, and this is aimed at building a multipurpose center for skill learning and training, after which we're focusing on teenagers or youth that finish secondary school and couldn't further their education, and also orphans. So if they can't further their formal education, why don't we make them skillful so that they can be financially independent and stable? So by the end of the day, we'll make sure that they are empowered. We partner with NGOs, and they will have that stability in their finance, and whoever decide to further their education, they can still do that through distant learning while they are still established in their business. Thank you.
God bless you.
Good afternoon, ma. I am
God
Stephen Ede, custodian 013, and thank you for coming once again.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm leading the vision that is premised on helping people find their lives, discovering their path, and also developing the right mind in that same regard. It is tagged Destiny Discovery and Mind Development. To me, success implies that you have found your original ordination, you prepare yourself adequately for it, and you do it daily to the best of your ability. Meanwhile, I think most persons, I suppose, that most persons take up subversive means, have not built their mindset, and they have not found their path. This we are doing to actually correct this. Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Good evening, ma'am. Good to
Good
see you
evening.
again.
Good to see
Okay,
you.
my name is Ayomide Custodian 20. My project is called This is Ability, from the word disability. The major concept is to make these wonderful individuals see that there is actually ability in their individual disabilities, and to bridge like this gap that has been created by the society between these individuals and those that are not. So we'll be having a skill acquisition and empowerment scheme to give them a life, and most importantly, the fact that I'm in the fashion industry. I used to be Mr. Nigeria 2019. I figure fashion is a good way to bring people together. So we'll be having the first ever Mr. and Miss Impaired Nigeria, to bring people from the other side together and to bring to give voice to these individuals to have a life as well. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
My name is Tony Greatness, custodian 7C. My project is simple. It's called Switch. We say that Switch is a mind shifter. What we are basically going to do is to change the minds of the people from the slums and ghettos and those people who don't have the kind of privilege like going to school and all that, that doesn't even have a good background. People that are in the forgotten places of the urban city. So first then mentorship, giving them a hope. The fact that their background doesn't put their back on the ground. Now, where you're coming from doesn't determine who you become. Who you become is solely dependent on you. So that's basically what we're doing. And in it, we have a lot of things to do, like the back to school project, taking some children who couldn't go back to school, getting them back to school and see that they finish up, and the rest of them is quite long. But let me stop here. Thank you.
Amazing. God bless you.
Okay, you're welcome, ma.
God bless you.
Yeah, my name is Blessing Amarachuko Komadu, custodian 021, and I'm the initiator of the Blessing Initiative. Now, Blessing is an acronym for Building Life Essence by Sustaining Self in the Nature of God. So we want to involve ourselves in building the lives of people, and to do that, we have to take into cognizance the three major aspects of life, which is the physical, mental, and spiritual. So for the physical, we'll be providing quality healthcare services to people, especially students. Then mental, we'll be talking about the academic aspect of their lives. Then spiritual, we will be teaching them about finding God and discovering their purpose in God. So that's basically what the Blessing Initiative is all about.
So basically, I'm the one working on a project called Anomaly. Anomaly definitely depicts something that's abnormal and unusual. And if you look at society today, one of the major things that's become accepted as a quite good phenomenon, which is actually an abomination, is the sexual perversion and immoralities that is on the rise globally. So Anomaly is created with the intention of solving that major problem, because I realize that one of the aspects of life that contribute to every other part of your life and help people becoming wholesome set of people that can go out into the society to contribute their own culture in creating a nation that is sustainable is purity. Unfortunately, it's been lost almost in every nation, almost in every society and community. So I normally intend on restoring purity back, not just in the sexual sense, but in the whole form sense, and to also help people, especially married couples. If you ask, out of 70% of the couples that are probably going through divorce rate today, it's not basically because they are cheating. There are couples that are suffering from addictions like pornography, masturbations. So we want to create a place where they can get therapy, counseling, and coaching to still sustain their marriage through healing processes and all of that.
God bless you.
Welcome back, Ma. My name is Gospel John, Custodian 012, and I'm championing the project called Project Get Inspired. This project is centered around discovering, training, mentoring and developing artistic talents in rural communities, orphanages, and then secondary schools. So every year we intend to run a program, a competitive program for these orphanages, for these schools, where we'll discover artistic talent in different categories. We have the drama category, we have the music category, we have the dance and choreography category, then we have the fine and applied arts category. So we'll discover them, we'll train them, we'll mentor them, we'll give them scholarship, and so we'll also encourage them to take up artistic courses in tertiary and vocational institutes. So that's all. We just aim at inspiring artistic talent around Nigeria. Thank you.
God bless you.
Welcome back to Five
Last
Stars.
not the least.
My name is Gil Samuel Sani, Custodian 022, and I am the voice of the Father. Okay, so there's this saying that says, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So why don't you take that mind of young talents from the ages of 15 to 25 in order to develop the youth and they develop the mind. So that's all about my project. And then collectively, we have 8 projects. We call the project the Talent City, and as the name implies, it is a city, and the city is powered by talent, self-powered by talent. Every talent you know about in this world will be centered in that city. The city is centered also on nurturing and building up talent. The city has an architectural structure of the gate that depicts an egg-like structure that depicts incubation. Now, this is what the city is all about. It's an incubative system. So, for listening,
Amazing. Can we just have a seat? I want to stand though. Let's sit down. See, listening to all of you, it blows my mind. I keep having goosebumps. Everyone is speaking about their own this abandonment, this all kinds of feelings that other people don't understand. They may be around when initially, until the funeral takes place. After that, you're the one now have to deal with it. And I always tell people that you don't tell people how to grieve. All of you have gone through some kind of brokenness. That's where all your projects came from. And I cannot tell you how to deal with the pain you felt when you were going through what you were going through. Because it's your journey and every individual is different. I cannot tell you, oh, you're overdoing it. He's overdoing it. You're overdoing it. Nobody's overdoing anything because God created all of us different. If I put my thumbprint or fingerprint anywhere, it doesn't match yours. Even if I have a twin, identical twin, we don't have the same, fingerprints, right? Yeah. So that's how it is in life. Our journey is always different. And what we have to do is create sensitivity around it, where we have to understand. We may not know exactly how we feel, but at least give them a break. Now, he says, where I was, I don't want anybody else to be there. And I just want to see how we can change, because sometimes grief can go up to 20 years or even may not even come out of it, you die from it. And that's where hopelessness comes. Yeah. Now, in your case, you feel like this is what I'm good at. There are many people out there that don't know what to do with themselves, but they're very gifted. they can do all kinds of things, but when you ask them, they say they don't have a job. They're looking for a job in a bank, but in actuality, they can draw beautiful pictures that better than Picasso, but they're thinking that working in a bank is where they have to. There's one of you here that wants to make sure that they, you know, develop their minds to understand where their destiny is going. That's you, right? Is they right? So you see that all of the things and project is God revelation to you guys because Nigeria needs it now. And like I told you last time when I came, you are not here by mistake. It's not a coincidence that you're here. You're not the only one who lost someone. You guys are not the only one that have ideas and stuff and projects. But at this time, God saw the sensitivity in you that you want to humble yourself, coexist with people you don't know in a house, and be able still to focus, even when they get at you. This is 39 days. Tomorrow will be 40 days.
Yeah.
Jesus fasted 40 days and 40 nights. You've been in here 40 days and 40 nights. I've tried to follow your guy. You guys ate up my data like crazy. I had to go get a Wi-Fi because, you know, and I see you guys pray and I see you guys, you know, I watch body languages and I see how you're just not just praying, you are battling your way out. Like you said, you're building the city where you first go through the incubation and you come out. Many women that go into labor room don't come out alive, you know that. It's not every baby that the mother went into the maternity that comes out alive. You are hoping that you walk out of this door alive. Not only that you walk out this door alive, that you understand that now you have a purpose.
Yes.
If you can think of the creed, one part of it says what?
Will not fail.
You will not fail.
We carry the DNA of the Almighty.
Oh yeah, you got DNA of the Almighty. It's easy to say, but if you go out there, I can poke you so bad and you forget what DNA you got. You know that. I don't care who it is. It's happened to me. When I first got ordained, trust me, I work with law enforcement. I got an encounter with law enforcement. I was minding my business sitting in the car. I wasn't even the driver, so I had no business with them. And the lady looked at me and said, Ashawo. I didn't get offended by that. That's how you follow other people's, you know, husband. I looked at my brother and said, he fine, huh? He looked like one of my family members. I said, he fine, huh? You like him? I said, well, too bad, he's married now. So I thought if I make a joke, she'll stop. She didn't stop. So she'll pull my bra strap and she'll let it go. I'm like, what, girl? Don't do that again. She did it second time, and now she pulled it like a catapult. And she hit it on me. The second time. I said, what now? Did Jesus and me fly now? And I didn't even know. I didn't know. I did not know. So let's be real, okay?
Yeah.
Let's be real here, because once you walk out this door, you're going to deal with real stuff. So the Jesus in me was flying out. I didn't know that. So when she hit it the second time, it went to my brain. I looked at her. She don't have a gun. She don't have a pepper spray. She don't have a taser. She don't have anything that will subdue me. All I was thinking was, I got a 6 inches heel, so damn. So when she did it the third one, and she even went further out and let it back, I felt like she just put anointing of trouble on me. And I just want to display. I want to dash out to tell her, this, your own small picking, let me show you, say, at the Christmas. And my brother dropped me back and said, do you know, you just got ordained. I said, Jesus know that I was messed up before he called me. Very sure. See, you act the way you don't believe you will act when you get tempted. You got the DNA of the Almighty. The temptation will come once you leave this door. The ones you don't even, it could come from the person you love so much. It could come from people you don't even know. It could come from it can come from anybody.
They can even tell you that all this project you're talking about is nonsense. There are people that have gone through some bad times that are so antagonistic that they will kill your dream. Just listen to their speech, you die. Not even your dream, you will die. Stop breathing. And you have to recite that every day and know that you are also the army, you're a soldier of the cross. You have been chosen for a greater purpose, and you may call it project. But in times where Nigeria have lost every hope, and you all are faces of hope, and you have different projects, and all of them says skill acquisition, therapy. A lot of people need therapy. People have lost family members. People have lost finances. People have lost their homes through either attacks at the villages and whatever. They have insecurity here. A lot of things has happened. People have lost a whole lot that they even begin to blame God for it. Any of the experiences you've had in life could cause you to think that God is far away from you.
Yeah.
I've had friends who don't want to pray. I don't know about you, I don't fake it. Sometimes I'll go through some things, my mouth can't even open to pray.
Yeah.
There's 8,000 promises in the Bible. How many do you remember when you go into trouble? That's why we need community, whereby you go to the right person, the person can remind you where you're going. Each and every one of you will hold each other accountable. Because you may have this project and then you go outside, something else gets you distracted. We get distracted, oh, my son's sick, my wife's sick, my mom's sick with this. I'm not saying don't pay attention to them. But you have to stick to the gun. This is the plan here. I have to stick to it because a lot of people depend on me. A lot of people depend on me. If I fail, these people are gonna die. I didn't want to, initially I'm like, hey, is there any other way I can serve God than doing this? And one day I was praying and the Lord said to me in the bathroom, He says, disobedience is the worst thing that can happen to you. He said, you disobeyed your parents, what happened? I knew what happened when I disobeyed my parents. He said, there are people that are paying for that disobedience. Am I right?
Yeah.
And at that time, yes, I know the people that are actually suffering from my disobedience. And now I'm about to disobey Him by saying, I don't want to go into the ministry. I want to define it for Him the way I want it and the way I want to do it. You cannot do no half-baked business. You have to give it full, all. So He goes, if you disobey one more time, it's not only 3 people that are going to suffer. Millions are going to suffer because of your disobedience. So you've been here 40 days, 40 nights, you prayed, you have rolled on the floor, you have cried, you have missed your loved ones, you have wondered where after this, what next. Sometimes even insecurities, are you sure I can even do this? Where are the finances going to come from? I said, to whom much is given, much is required. But at the same time, he who began a good thing shall be what? Faithful to finish it, accomplish it. It's not for you to worry about it. You just have to understand that I have to start one step at a time. I told you the producer is like Ezekiel that said, God, thou knowest. He took a risk, and that risk is faith. You're stepping out there with risk, which is also faith. That, hey, I'm going there to build hope beyond these people's circumstances. It doesn't matter what they're going on. You walk around, you look at people's eyes, you see hopelessness in Nigeria.
Sure.
People are already dead. I was in my house, I was praying all night and scared, dealing with my own issues and why I came here. It seemed like what I came for is not happening. And for whatever reason, I felt like something was blocking me from. There's no physical gate, but I can feel it, and nothing is happening. And I'm stuck. And after I prayed all night and decided to sleep, like I was trying to use y'all to keep myself busy all night, and after the prayer, and then when I finally fell asleep, somebody started banging on my door like I owe him rent. And I wonder how the person got through the gate to come to the door. From my window, I looked, the man looked like a crazy man. I said, my God, where is the guy that's at that gate? How did this guy get here? And I said, okay, let me take off my pajamas. This is Nigeria, show down. Okay, you don't know what's going to happen. But my kids innocently opened the door. Now, it could have been spelled something else. Because they were innocent. They don't know, they're not familiar with this environment. They opened the door and the guy came and stood in the living room. Long story short, when I saw him, I don't know if he was sent to kill my kids, and he started talking. So he's a woman that live here, and I'm like, I refuse to answer. He was saying more things, and I said, do you mind if we go outside? Because one, I want to protect my loved ones. Let's go outside. So he went outside, and we started talking. He said, I don't want to look into your eyes. I see fire. I said, good. I'm glad you're seeing fire. But I said that to myself. And then he started saying other things, but he said, 2 days ago I wanted to kill myself. Something said I should come here. This is God's house. And he was saying all kinds of things. And he said, pray for me. I said, I will pray for you. I'm a woman of God, but I'll be right back. I went inside and I got some money and I said, here. He said, I didn't come here for money. I said, but I want you to have it. So he took the money and he opened his arms. He's sharing the traumas going through. His job is not paying enough. This is how much he's making. The wife doesn't even want him to come home anymore. He's not really crazy. He said, I don't need to confess this, but I drink. I want to die. I want my organs to shut down so I can die. I said, you will not die because there's a dream in you that needs to live and come true. And after I prayed for him, I went back inside. And the Spirit of God said, take a bottle of water. I took a bottle of water from the fridge. I took Coke out of it. I got some food items. It didn't make sense. He didn't want onions. He said, take 1 onion. I took 2 eggs. I took. Take 4 indomie. I took. I said, what kind of foolishness is this? But faith make you do foolish things. Believing God can make you do things. So when I brought out the food, and he looked in the bag, he took out the water, said, this is life. You just gave me life. And he put the bottle down. He took out the Coke. He said, you have added sweetness in my life. And he put it down. He took the 2 eggs out. He said, I'm twin. My twin brother is hoping that I make it here in Abuja. And I'm thinking of killing myself. And you gave me 2 eggs. He put it down. He took out the rice and he said, you just added favor in my life. He put it down. He took yam out and he has the stem coming out of it. He said, that's another life. And he said, don't forget the egg is life as well. You know. And then he took out onions. He said, this is a new smell that you have given to me. I could have said no. Why am I going to empty my heart? Nigeria bad. My charity this. You know? But I did that, not knowing what, but for him to define what each item meant shocked me. Only for him to show up again yesterday. And the guy said, remember that guy that came the other day? He's back. And I said, I was thinking about him when I traveled. Let him in. So he was sitting on the stairs outside. When I came out, I didn't recognize him anymore. He cleaned up. Look at, I didn't know he was that handsome. I said, Monday. I believe. You know? And I didn't want him to get any American accent because the whole time I've been with him, I don't know what he's about. He said, Mommy, I noticed you were not around. I said, how do you know I'm not around? He said, because there was no light for a while. When you're here, there's always light. See, you monitor. And he said, but I was watching your house steady. I have 2 boys that stand down here and watch this house. And I said, why? He said, you're my hope. I said, why do you look this good? He said, it's your grace, ma. I almost started crying. Now, I'm telling you this story because you don't know who you're going to meet out there. Don't rule anybody out. Don't be rude to them. Yes, there are bad people out there that wants to kill people, but you don't know sometimes God can send somebody to you that your word, your prayer, your kindness, your smile, your good morning with a good tone can change their lives. You came here in this house, the Father's house, and you participated. The Father's house. You are the Father's house. You are moving your mobile Father's house now. Mobile Father's houses. And you're going in different places. You're going to be flown to different cities. Light has come. Because wherever you go, you're going to shine your light. Your light of kindness, your light of hope, your light of love, your light of patience, and your light of gentleness, light of self-control. You're gonna shine this light to the world, and you're gonna change. I know you guys are shooting movies and whatever. Your genius is right here. Trust me. Nigerian kids are making waves. They clear out all the Ivy Leagues, college, whatever, to go to different, whatever, on scholarship and whatever. And yet we have a